Hey, who's that behind the tree? Oh my gosh, is that the greatest leader of the Mexican independence revolution?
Yep, that's me.
Hey Augustine, what's up? I have a few questions for you today. Let's start off with your childhood. How did your childhood define you as a politician?
I was born into a very wealthy, aristocratic family of Criolli. I was surrounded by powerful people and even assisted my father leading one of his haciendas. At a young age, I understood the problems going on with Mexico and Spain, and I had received impeccable education, allowing me to shape my ideas much younger. This sparked my interest in leadership and helped me form my strict ideologies.
Wow, that's really interesting. I had no idea. So, Augustine, I know you have a lot of fans, so
Yeah, I know.
what's one word of advice you would give to your followers?
I've learned many things, but one key piece of advice is that rather than complying, you must do what you think is right. If I would have complied and stayed with the royalists, I would have been unable to pursue my true ambitions. Now, follow me inside.
Wow, it sounds like you're a pretty great leader.
Yeah.
What's your role in the military?
I was quick to move up the ranks in the military because of my powerful ambitions. I was colonel in charge of the Celia Regiment. I also became the military commander of the governor of Guanajuato and commander of the army in the north. As you can see, I played many important roles in the Royalist Army. I then went on to command the Mexican Independence Army. This is where I keep my crown for safekeeping.
Okay, could you describe yourself in a hashtag?
There's a lot, but to simplify it, hashtag Iron Dragon, hashtag Father of Mexican Independence, hashtag self-love, hashtag empowerment. Come sit down with me.
Next question I have is going to be a little bit deeper. Who's the biggest influence in your life?
My father has had a huge influence on me. Growing up, I assisted him and helped run one of his haciendas, allowing me to learn leadership skills. He was a role model to me and helped me reach my highest educational goals. His efforts allowed me to become the great leader I am today. Is this tap water? This is disgusting.
Okay, moving on. Was the plan of Iguala successful? Did it go how you wanted?
It was successful because as an outcome, I was made emperor and it gained support of almost all influential groups in Mexico. Although it did not go exactly as planned because the Spanish government refused to accept the plan. Luckily, I had crowned myself emperor.
Really interesting. So, as emperor, what was one of your greatest ambitions?
I'd have to say achieving equality between the native Spaniards and my class, the Criollis.
Okay, so who was your biggest enemy?
There's a lot. Either Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, leading his revolutionary revolt, or Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, the leader of the opposition movement, as I was emperor of Mexico.
Oh, they sound horrible.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about your family.
My mother and father were wealthy, Catholic, aristocratic members of society. My father managed many haciendas. Mi amor, my wife, is Ana Maria Huerta, the daughter of our local provincial governor.
So, what's your campaign slogan?
I stand for independence, equality, and Catholicism. These need water.
What's your vision for the future of Mexico?
I dream of Mexico fulfilling my vision by becoming a strong conservative and Catholic nation, and most importantly, a country that is completely free and independent.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on King Ferdinand VII?
I believe that he was an unsuccessful ruler as he allowed Napoleon to take over much of France. However, if it weren't for his period with less control on the Mexican state, we may never have had the opportunity to gain independence.
Ugh, he sounds like a horrible guy.
Yeah.
So, how has religion influenced your actions?
Well, I grew up in a family that were devout Roman Catholic. Even in my education, I sent to our town's local Catholic seminary for schooling. The practice of the Roman Catholic faith was important to me, so in one of my promises, the Plan of Iguala, I guaranteed to ban all other religions except for Roman Catholics.
That's really interesting. So, what should the new economy of Mexico look like?
Well, as a ruler, I want to try and rebuild the Mexican economy, as the war left it destroyed. In order to do this, my supporters and I think that replacing the social class of the Peninsulares could work, as they typically end up with the most money. I also could ask for loans from churches and require citizens to contribute to the debt. I am also considering allowing the printing of more paper money.
Sounds like you're a pretty smart guy, but would you have done anything different in your fight for Mexican freedom?
Yes, and I really wish I had. I guess you could say it's one of my biggest regrets in life. In the beginning of the independence movement, I was on the Spanish monarch side. However, in 1820, I switched over to the revolutionary side to form the Plan of Iguala. I wish I had realized the importance of the independence from the beginning and had fought towards the revolutionary movement the whole time.
Okay, little controversial question next. What are your thoughts on the system of slavery in Mexico?
Well, that's a pretty tricky question. I do believe equality is important, as I said in the Plan of Iguala, where I guaranteed equality between Creoles and Spaniards. However, I think there are more pressing issues of our country at this time, and the topic of slavery is not a main concern of mine in my role in government.
So, what's your favorite food of yours that reminds you of home?
This is a tough question, although I think I will go with the chili and nogada, which is incredible. There are many myths surrounding this dish, and while I won't confirm or deny any of them, I will say this is one of the most popular dishes in my country in the week surrounding Mexico's Day of Independence. These are my guard dogs, Augustin and Iturbide. Sit.
Those are some cute dogs. So, what made you switch sides in the middle of the independence movement?
I mean, there are many factors that play into why I switched sides, but for one, I saw that the Spanish government was starting to alter its constitution. I did not like these changes, and they could threaten some long-standing crass rules. I wanted to be on the revolutionary side so that I could fight to make sure that Mexico doesn't become a trashy republic.
Okay, last question. So, how did your social standing affect your position in the war?
I think that how I grew up and the general position I am in socially has helped me make informed decisions about how to better this nation. For example, growing up as a Creole meant that before the revolution, I was an inferior to Peninsulares, just because I was born in Spanish America. This led me to promoting and creating equality for Creoles and Peninsulares in the Plan of Iguala.
Okay, it sounds like you really are the greatest independence leader.
Yep.
It was nice talking to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Hotanica.